Hi, ho everyone. My name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 111, which is 111 or 111.
Our first episode with the same 3 digits.
True.
Yeah. Scoregami.
I was gonna say, I guess the episode before 1, the inception of it, because if we had an episode 1, had to start somewhere, right? Anyway.
True that.
111. Here we are. Bada bing, bada boom.
Talk about our Thanksgiving extravaganzas. My house flooded. How bad did it flood?
He doesn't have a house anymore.
It's not this house. I mean, that's why I'm in like a rowboat. How bad did it flood?
Yeah.
Find out.
Oh yeah. Freaking. What?
You make mashed potatoes that were not. Or no, Ethan. Your brother made some food that was not great.
Yeah, Thanksgiving events for all involved. Halo,
a little bit.
Halo, Destiny.
Your channel. And
my
some changes
channel.
That are coming to your channel.
Yep. Look out for that. Questions, answers.
And love.
But most importantly, camaraderie.
Love. Yeah, and Christmas.
Friendship.
And holidays, should I say.
And love.
Because not everybody celebrates Christmas.
Yeah, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa.
Yeah, I think Kwanzaa.
And
I'm not
probably
sure on the
some
ones,
other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I always
happy holidays.
Happy Christmas, Kwanzaa, because I think Hanukkah.
You're probably missing something in there.
Probably. Whatever else, it's the holidays, baby. Happy holidays.
Yeah, we need to get like a Christmas tree or something. We don't have anything behind
I should try, if I remember, I'll in the video overlay, I'll get little like colored lights around our borders.
Oh, you're gonna step it up a little bit over there.
Yep.
On the
debating if I'm gonna put that in though, because then they're gonna be like, where is it?
You already said it, so it's there.
Enjoy the video. Podcast, if you're listening, we care about you too. Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
Spread the coziness vibes to literally anyone in your life with Undies. They've got super soft gifts for everyone near and dear to your heart. While you're at it, why not get a little something for yourself too? You deserve all the comfy things. Undies actually sent me the Yeti for the holidays. Pretty punny, right? And they're comfortable as well. Get your festive on with the new Undies holiday collection, featuring classic plaids you know and love and sweater-inspired prints that will quickly become favorites. Their undies, loungewear, and sleepwear are made out of soft, breathable, stretchy fabrics that are ideal for sitting fireside with loved ones and chatting about life over a cup of hot cocoa. Get the family photo you've always dreamed of with matching PJ sets, or make an everyday a spa day with the new plush robes and plush slippers. Whatever you decide, everyone will be rolling into the new year comfier than ever before. Available in extra small through 4XL, Undies also has a little something for everyone on your list. Undies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you'll get 15% off and free shipping right to your door. Your days of frightening over your life in the mall parking lot are over. To get 15% off and your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed, go to meundies.com/GG. That's meundies.com/GG. The holiday season is here, and with it comes the yearly questions of what do I wear to the non-ugly sweater parties? And how do I maximize my time savoring holiday moments and minimizing my time shopping for gifts? Well, fear not, holiday wanderer. Mack Weldon has all the answers. Whether it's an office party, a party with family and friends, or a holiday party of you and your couch and a game on TV, Mack Weldon has all the essentials to keep you stylish, comfortable throughout the season. And their new innovative daily wear system has taken the hard work out of outfit planning and pieces designed to work together for any occasion, saving you time and sparing you extra holiday stress. We're talking top-notch tops, best-selling bottoms and underwear accessories that will please even the scroogiest of guys on your list. With Mack Weldon, your holiday heavy lifting will be complete within minutes. Mack Weldon's Ace sweatpants are so nice and breathable, and it is the perfect fit. Plus, I don't have a fire, so they keep me nice and warm. For 20% off your first order, visit MackWeldon.com/GG and enter the promo code GG. That's MackWeldon.com/GG, promo code GG for 20% off. Mack Weldon, getting it right this holiday season.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GG Over Easy podcast. Welcome back, or welcome. You could be a new listener. This could be your first episode. If so,
yeah, you could have seen all those Spotify raps and going like, hey, there's obviously something I'm missing with this podcast.
There's got to be something to it.
And you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, and little did you know, no, that's baited.
Because WoW, are we? I don't even know if we're an acquired taste. I think we're just a big meme.
We're just a niche.
We're just a big
We're
meme.
niche micro celebrities. I saw this tweet and it was like, "Babe, stop! You're nowhere even near a niche micro celebrity." And it was like a retweet tweet, and he's like, "This is doing numbers."
Oh God. No, what they didn't know is we paid all those people to pretend. Like we Photoshop pumped and dumped. It's kind of like the cryptos. We're bamboozling
I
people.
know how to do, baby. I pump and dump.
Yep.
But we really appreciate you guys all listening to the podcast in any kind of form. It doesn't matter if you're left out, like all the Apple Podcast people, all the Apple Music listeners. You know, it's okay. You don't use Spotify. You know, you just don't get all the cool stuff that we get at the end of the year. You know what I mean? So appreciate you all. To the YouTube, to the Spotify's, to Apple Podcasts,
to the humans out there with the ears that listen,
to the Morse code translation of the podcast. Is that still like actually a technology that's still used?
I'm sure. It probably has niche uses, but like, let's say, the grid collapsed or something. I'm sure somehow someone's gonna need Morse or something. That's
like my stepbrother's super big conspiracy. He's like telling me because he came to me. He's like, "Do not pay any of your bills." I go, "What?" Like that's like. I was like, "Okay," and he's like, "Your job soon is going to be obsolete, Robert." And I hate to tell you that. And I go, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "The power grid's going to go down." I go, "Oh yeah, the power grid's going to go down." He goes, just got to be ready." And it's one of those things where he's like super conspiracy, and it's like. Have you ever ran into somebody who's super into conspiracies to the point where it's like, it's all they think about, it's all they talk about, and like it consumes their life to the point where like, no matter what you say to them, it's not going to change how they go. And it just ends with them going, "I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. And I'm wrong. Like, I hope I'm wrong. Like, I hope you're the right one." It's just like, Jesus Christ. So yeah. So when you said power grid, that's where my mind went. It's like, hey, be prepared, everybody.
Hey, but see, he's like, good, it's working. He's thinking about it. The seed has been planted. He's a Russian agent. Watch out.
Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? Because this is the latest sense of the Thanksgiving one, right?
My parents weren't here. Sag. First Thanksgiving, actually, I've never spent with my parents. They were stuck in Florida because my dad needed. He completely tore his shoulder. Like 2.5 months ago or something. And they have a home in Florida because my dad travels and works so much. He travels and technically lives there for tax benefits. He lives there just long enough so he's a resident of Florida. But that also means medically, if he were to do something here in Colorado, it would be out of network. So in order to get the procedure, he had to go back to Florida. But then with the severity of the surgery on top of like COVID restrictions and stuff, he essentially had to get it in quarantine for like a month before he could do anything because then they needed to do a checkup on him and stuff.
Yeah.
So they were stuck there. So I coordinated, believe it or not.
Everything went well?
Yeah. So my brothers came and Ethan's girlfriend came. Ethan's one of my brothers. Dylan, my other brother, came. And then we each brought or made one food.
Okay, what did you make? What did
I bought that honey baked ham, hickory
that's
baked
right.
ham, whatever. Yep,
that's right.
Slaved over it.
Does it come cooked?
Yeah.
Okay, so it comes prepared. That's
yep.
Nice.
Really slaved over it. Had to throw it in the oven at like 250 for 15 minutes. Man, having to listen after that timer was tough.
That is pretty tough.
Claire made homemade apple pie.
Oh,
it was delicious. Well, I don't even like apple pie. Not now, Blue. Not now.
I just
not now. That's
over my head.
Yeah. What Ethan, bless his heart.
Oh no.
Mashed potatoes are like a staple, right?
Yeah, and like that is like a must. Like if you were bringing mashed potatoes. Like everybody likes mashed potatoes.
Yeah, like who does? Come on now. So he found a recipe for like these like garlic roasted mashed potatoes. It sounds delicious.
Sounds
right?
great.
Yeah,
I love garlic mashed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes, please. Instead, he brought garlic roasted mashed potato soup. He tried. I don't remember what I'm telling exactly went wrong.
Wait,
But
how
like
do you?
you dip the bowl and I could pour it out like it was soup.
Oh, you're saying? Oh, okay. I thought like the recipe
consistency
was made for a soup.
Oh no,
Not,
like
okay.
it just
I was like,
didn't-
how does he like?
never
I made a
con-
soup. I was trying to make mashed potatoes,
it
and I made
never
a soup.
it never congealed.
No, so it's like, ew.
So the taste wasn't bad, but for me, like
The consistency, like.
well, to be fair, he doesn't have all like cooking tools, so I think like he needed like an emulsifier or something specific, or like something he didn't have, so he had to try and do it by hand. Well, long story short, it was just
He's
very
like turning butter.
Yay!
Yeah, like what?
It was just a little chunky and a little runny, and those just don't really mix.
How can you have both chunky and runny? You know, it's like you're either or.
It's impressive, right? Yeah, I know. So I appreciate his gesture. He'll nail next time. That was his first time, you know. I know next time he's gonna bring
He's just doing his best, you know.
banging garlic mashed potatoes. I tried my best to eat them. I did. I could not. For me, consistency is a big thing. Like texture and consistency. It doesn't matter what it tastes like. That can ruin food for me. So I'm just very
like what kind of consistency? Like you don't like a chunky like if you eat a mashed potatoes, do you like smooth mashed potatoes? You don't want like a chunk of potato.
smooth, fluffy. If there's chunks, but it's like fluffy, like that's kind of normal. Like whatever, I'll expect.
Yeah,
that.
not like a hard potato bite.
But that
because I do know
mixed-
like some chunky mashed potatoes that like is made like.
Yeah, honestly, it just reminded me of throw up. And I mean that in the best way possible.
Yeah. Sorry, Ethan.
Yeah, sorry. I really did appreciate it.
Hey,
yeah.
you did your
Did
best,
he
bro.
walk in going like, all right, yo?
Well, yeah, he immediately was like, all right, guys, look, I tried. And that's why I was like, I understand. I'm not going to blame.
I'm gonna have to talk to him about his potatoes.
Well, it's like, I didn't even try to cook anything. I can't say anything. I bought mine. So I appreciate his effort. Yeah. And then...
So wait, how did you fix the mashed potato thing? You just didn't have mashed potatoes?
He just didn't have mashed potatoes. He did bring back up chips and salsa. So...
Hey, nothing screams Thanksgiving like chips
yeah,
and salsa.
see, he's like, we got messed up mashed potatoes, but chips and salsa, yeah. And then
I bet his girlfriend was just
and then Dylan brought Dylan nailed it. We have this homemade mac and cheese recipe that my mom got from like her aunt, from her mom, from her mom, from her mom, way back in the
colonial
South.
time mac and cheese.
Practically, man. Banging. And my brother first try nailed it. It's like my mom made it. Shout out to him. So we had some banging mac and cheese, and that was the meal, a feast. My ham, mac and cheese, and if you're brave enough, the mashed potatoes, or
did
chips.
Anybody go for it?
Or chips and salt. Some people did.
You could just scrape off the top, kind like you had to kind of search for the good part of the taters.
Yeah, that was it. And then the apple pie. It was definitely the shortest run. Like you're like, make your plate, or I'm done. You know, but it's about being with family.
That's right.
Exactly. And you know, to your point, you actually had a better Thanksgiving. Well, my Thanksgiving went great. The food was great and everything. There was just one small issue. So we got we just recently bought this place. So we got new appliances.
Right. New homeowner here.
Yeah. We got new appliances that came with it. So one thing we've never had is a fridge that dispenses water and makes ice.
Oh, that is
so, and like that's just another
sign
level
of
you know, like when you're
domesticated. That's it. Like
it's another level when you just like, hey, do you have water? Like, oh yeah,
you don't
like
get that normally.
Like
you don't get that. That's a sign of financial stability.
Yeah, it's like, and I wanted that. You know, I wanted to have that in my place. I wanted people to be able to get ice or water. So it was like, and like, you know, I like water from the fridge. It makes me drink more water.
But you don't get that normally either. You know, like it doesn't just have like.
Yeah. And like I'm not, and like spoiler alert, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm not the biggest of handymans. All right, I don't. If you send me
don't
like,
sell yourself short. Come on.
wait, Rob, go grab that 3/4. I'm grabbing a 5/8. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but I just know it's wrong. You know what I mean? So
I'm just glad I have an education and I just look to read 5/8. Okay.
my dad, he just loves cars. So when you know how to fix cars, you just know how to fix everything. Apparently, at least my dad does. Like.
No, I think like our dad's era was, and then sort of.
Does your dad just know that too?
Yeah,
like
I think. And then what's like the later end of millennials? Because we're technically millennials, but like
my dad was born 1961. So what are you?
Well,
trying to
he's
find
a
out,
boomer,
like,
but I'm thinking like people into like their mid and late 30s right now. I feel like are around the last era of true. Just it's a bygone era of just you got something wrong. I just know how to fix it.
Yeah, fix it. Like,
because like some of the later 30s learned from their dads. But I feel like that's about the tail end of it.
Because like I didn't learn how to fix cars from my dad.
Yeah, and my dad asked me like, "Why don't you know any stuff?" I don't know, Dad. You never taught me.
That's what I said. He goes, Robert, you need to learn this stuff on your own, man. I go, what the fuck am I like? Sorry,
Dude,
Dad. Never
that's
mind.
Literally, he's like, you don't know how to do anything, and I was like, yeah, Dad. How did you learn how to do all this stuff? You're dad. So really, it's your fault that you didn't teach me how to do this stuff. This is a reflection on you. Yeah, this is literally your fault.
Like we're checking out my this is like super long time ago. Like my car, we get a lot of issues. Like my alternator would always go out, and he'd always be fixing it. She goes, "This is where I failed you. You don't know anything." I'd be like, "Nope, I don't. Thanks for fixing it."
It's like, yeah, you're right. You did fail me. So,
and then I'll go, "I'll just take it to a shop. I'll just get it fixed." And he goes, "Well, you'll pay a lot. You're gonna be paying a lot, so I'll just do it." And so I have to hear about it instead of paying for it, which is just sometimes I'd rather pay for it than have to hear from you all the time.
That's what my dad will say. And my dad, there's a thing called like sweat equity and opportunity cost. I could maybe do this for free with about 30 hours of my time, and it's going to be shoddy and I'm going to hate it. Or I pay like $100, somebody does it in 2 hours, it's done.
Yeah,
you know,
and like I don't have to worry about it.
And I don't have to worry about did I mess it up. But that's the other thing though, is like it's not a matter of like, oh, I know how to do that. Now it's like, oh, I need to do that? YouTube. Oh, hey, look. Yeah, it says right here.
So ask me if you guys know how to do this, okay? Do you guys know how to install a switch valve into your main water line?
You lost me a switch valve.
Okay. So
you lost me at do. So
I'm like on the phone with him, and I'm like, I want water in my fridge. Like, how do I do it? Like, I might just pay a plumber. Don't do that. You're gonna pay. Like, so it's like, all right, I'll come and do it. So
I thought you meant just FaceTime. I'll tell you what's what.
Yeah. So this is like 2 days before Thanksgiving. So he comes over. We're installing this switch valve. The first YouTube, he's like, "Couldn't you pull up a video on YouTube? I don't know how to install this thing." Let's go. You said you knew how to do it. He goes, "Robert, I fix 777s for a living. I think I could figure out a water line." Like he's like, and like that's his whole thing. He's an airline mechanic, so
if I can fix a plane, I can fix a relationship.
And then
I can do anything.
And then so yes, we're touring, looking at cars yesterday because I like to take him to go look at cars because he's all into that shit. And Pat works at that old car restoration place, so we went there. And so this dude's backing up like a Ferrari into a spot. I'm like, God, imagine backing up that thing. And then he goes, "Well, Robert, imagine taxing a $30 million airplane." It's like, Jesus Christ, I can't win.
No, I didn't.
Thanks,
yeah,
Dad.
there's always something with you. So anyways, he comes 2 days before Thanksgiving, and we're like installing this valve. And the first YouTube video I pull up, like, and telling you how to like put your water line into your fridge and stuff is, now, if you guys bought one of these and it literally shows what my dad bought and goes, "Don't use these. Like, these are kind of outdated. They're kind of bad." And my dad just, "I changed that." Like, he doesn't know anything.
What does he know? Go find one that uses that.
Yeah. So, like, we look up a YouTube video specifically for that. I think it's called like a switch valve. I don't remember, something like that. And so, yeah, the very first one, and he's like looking at it, like fucking with it, like, and so
as he says that, like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, so like, we go down there and we find like a line, and so the idea of this valve is you put it on it and it kind of like hooks onto the line. Okay, it hooks. Okay, and then you
turn this little knob, and this little knob pokes a hole into the water line. And then that little hole will then send water through the valves that have that. And then you connect the kitchen one to the switch valve. Okay.
Of course.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
So we're setting it up, and, we puncture it and we put it in, and it works great. I have water in my fridge. Wow, this is terrific. Like, I have water in my fridge. There's ice.
You gotta imagine your dad's driving home like, I'm the best.
Yeah.
How do I do it? Huh?
Yeah, so I'm like, Dad, you are like incredible. Let me take you out to lunch. So we go and get lunch. Great. And then that's when I tweet out, like, I'm so thankful for my dad. Like, shout out to all the good dads out there. Because I was man, my dad just knows how to do everything. So Thursday morning comes along, and Sydney had been gone that week, so the house was just a wreck. So I had to get the place ready for and like not just ready, but like Sydney ready. That's like a different type of ready.
Your and I bar, we set it pretty low.
Yeah, like my term of getting the house ready.
Can you walk?
Yeah, and this was Thanksgiving, and her mom was coming, so it was like, get the house Sydney ready. So I'm busting my ass. I'm like moving everything. And you've been down to my basement before. There's that little workout area, and then our like utility thing. And I'm putting like Gatorades into the fridge, and I take a step that's by that like our plumbing room where the heater is and all that kind of stuff. I take a step, and it's like just a weird squishy. And I'm like, the first thing I did was Max, like you pissed, like what? Like you don't
like,
do
hey,
that.
What are we talking about? I ain't done nothing.
He's literally just like looking at me like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you don't pee? Like, you don't, what is this? So I'm like smelling it and stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? I take another step. I'm like, all right, dude, either you took the biggest piss of all time, or I don't know, something's wrong. And I just like dart my head to the door, and I go, if that fucking thing, because I hadn't checked if it was leaking since the night it was done, like, and it wasn't leaking, nothing. And I opened the door, bro, and like, I maybe I could like send you the pictures, like, and we could show it on the Twitter, or like on the video, but like, it wasn't like I opened the door and like fucking, it wasn't like that, thank God. Yeah. It was like maybe like up to about like it would cover my foot.
Oh, that's me.
You're good, Blue. I thought my car would. Okay, can I say something about car alarms? I feel like car alarms aren't used right. Like, I feel like when you hear a car alarm, like we heard Blue's car alarm or someone's. I didn't go, oh my God, that car's being stolen. Somebody go see if that car's being stolen. I just go, shut that damn thing up, like, So anyways, I step in there, dude. Water is like at ankle level. So it's like pretty good. And I just go, oh fuck, like, oh no, like, no, oh, and like it's Thanksgiving like morning. It's like 9 o'clock. I literally just grab my phone and like, okay, so like the water isn't like spewing out of the hole. It's like it's like 2 leaks, and like imagine like if you put a hole, like if you cover a hole with your thumb and you just let go of a little pressure and it starts spewing out just a little bit. It was like that. So it must have been going for like a day and a half or so, or like 2 days, because it wasn't like a lot of water coming out of there. It was very little. So I was pissed at myself for like just not checking, like while I was like playing CSGO and smoking. So I call my dad. Hi, Robert, how are you? There's water everywhere. Like, I
hate you.
I probably oversold it, like, because it wasn't like awful. Like, I got it. You know the movie The Day After Tomorrow, and when Jake Gyllenhaal's talking to his dad in the subway, and the water, like that's how like I felt like I was painting that picture, because my dad was like, "How bad is it?" Like, he's like, and like he was literally like crying at work. He's like, "Robert, I'm so sorry."
I never learned how to swim, Dad. It's bad. Okay.
You never taught me that either.
I don't have floaties.
So I'm literally like, Dad, there's so much like water, and so like I'm like trying to like, and like I'm a stupid homeowner idiot who doesn't know anything, so I'm like trying to like figure out. I'm like, Dad, like, what do I do? I'm like trying to like hold it like this. And he goes, okay, well, first of all, idiot, like shut off the water line. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's good.
So I shut off the water line, and I had to. Oh, dude, and then like you want to know what the crazy part was? It could have gone really bad. So you know how every like where you keep your pipes, your water heater, there's a drain in there just in case there is leakage.
Right.
Dude, those were covered by paint things. So it wasn't able to drain.
Up to code.
Well, no. So like there is a drain, but it was covered by like paint cans because we had like that's where we keep our paint. So it was covered by the paint cans. So
because do you guys have a sub pump?
I don't know. What's a sub pump?
I just don't know when yours was built in the code. It's
like the 90s, like 98. I think.
Oh, you probably do that. It's very typical, especially in places like Colorado. But when you have a whole bunch of like moisture possibilities, like when we have so much snow and all that kind of stuff, problem is with foundations and when you have basements, especially and stuff, water will come down into the ground. Let's say really wet, and then what's going to happen is it'll seep around the foundations and concrete.
Man, water pisses me off sometimes.
Yeah, and it can adjust the foundation or crack.
Like, just let me drink you. Go be in rivers. Like, don't be in my foundation.
A sub pump has a little thing, and when it recognizes X amount of water gets within its little retainer, it pumps it out like to the side of your house or something. So I was gonna say,
I don't know if we do actually or not. Maybe I don't think we do actually.
Yeah, nowadays you got it. If you got a basement, it's code,
Not up to code. So call my dad. He's like FaceTiming me, dude. And my dad is like the biggest like boomer like ever. So like when he's like I open up FaceTime, my dad's like this. Like, like just like relax, man. And like he's trying to like see like where the leak is and whatnot. So handyman Rob here, he goes, go grab a Phillips. Can we normalize calling a fucking screwdriver just a screwdriver? Like, why do we have to call it a Phillips?
I know this much. That's a different kind of screwdriver. That's the head of the screwdriver. Because you could get like a flathead screwdriver
but like a flathead is like its own thing. So just call it flathead and then there's screwdriver.
A Phillips is what you think a regular screwdriver is.
So anyways, I grab a Phillips.
Okay, sorry. You're right. Hey, why don't we just call it a screwdriver?
Like, I just don't get it. Like, why the fuck? Like, it's a screw. Like, he goes, can you grab a Phillips? I go, I don't know if I have a Phillips, Dad. And he goes, Robert, you have a Phillips. I go, Dad. And like, granted, there's still like their water's on the floor. I'm like tiling, so I'm hectic.
You're sitting there like that. I don't have time for this.
Dad, I was like, the only Phillip I know is a fucking king. I was like, what is a Phillips? And he goes, a fucking screwdriver. And I was like, oh. So I grabbed a screwdriver. I was like, oh, I have a Phillips right here. Like literally, it was like sitting on the bench, like right next to me. I was like, oh, it's right here.
It's already in your hand. Like, oh, this
just shows how Venegas think. So what we think happened is we think that it was signed on there a little too loose. Like, so it like moved down a little bit. So like the little, like it's a little plastic part that makes sure it doesn't leak. It's really janky, dude. Like the first YouTube guy was like, you probably should pay somebody like if you want to do it professionally done and have it look good and have it work for a good amount of time. And like my dad was like, turn that bullshit off. Like get that out of here.
Kids these days.
And then he's like looking at this fucking Chinese puzzle and he's like, how the fuck like is this like so
he's got the little Chinese finger thing. Like, how do I get my fingers out of this thing?
Yeah, so thankfully I caught it just in time. I cleaned it up and then I was like, my dad was like, are you gonna tell Sydney? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna tell Sydney. What do you mean?
No.
Yeah. So we told Sydney, but thankfully everything is all good now. We got it just in time. And then I had to go to King Soopers, and you know how King Soopers has those vacuums on the wall? I had to go and buy one of those. Those things are cool. As I get older, it's like these appliances. I'm like, dang, this thing is sick. Like I was like, it also made me realize though how I just do not want carpet anywhere. Like carpet gets so dirty, like because it was like pulling out of the water, like it was pulling all the water out of the carpets, and I would pour it into the bathtub. Ew, dude. But it was so cool how much water it was pulling up though. It was like this thing is really doing its job. And then I returned.
Like patting on the back. Good job, man.
Yeah, like it was like, you know what, King Supers, these things work.
Go on.
And then Sydney's like, we should buy one. I was like, why the fuck would we ever buy one of these? Like,
now you're like, babe, I found a new one. Look.
Well, and then like I almost ruined our new like I got a new vacuum like 2 years ago, and I almost ruined that because like I was like, oh, I'll just use the vacuum to suck up the water. My dad was like, do not do that.
I know that much.
Yeah, and then my dad is like,
if you're gonna listen to anything I ever tell you,
and then like while my dad FaceTimes me and like is telling me all this, and then he goes, well, Robert, this was like bound to happen when you're gonna be a homeowner, so like it's good to like that you know how to fix it now, you know? And I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I definitely left it a little loose on purpose, so you'd have to, you know, you're welcome, son.
So yeah, but then I cleaned it all up. Thanksgiving was actually really awesome. It was just me, Sydney, and her mom. We had great food. Watched just football and hung out, dude. It wasn't like this bullshit. Everybody dress up and be uncomfortable and pretend we fucking love each other for like 20 fucking minutes. So like it was just like
some
nice,
families
relaxing...
can do that normally. They don't have to.
No, not mine. I mean, maybe ours can, but it's just me and like my pessimistic ass is just like, this is so like fake. Like half of the time we never want to be around. Like we're never around each other. So it's like when we are, it's like
that's the
love. Like, you know.
I guess the nice thing about my family is we never learned to really put on fake emotions. We're really bad at it. That's good. So like you should see us trying to open presents. It's
like if it's like not a good present,
you just know because like
even if it is a good one,
because like going with like to Claire's family, like at Christmas, well they do Hanukkah and they're like opening stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, who gave them that? But then they're like, oh my god, like this is, oh I can't wait, and like they sell it, and suddenly I'm like, maybe they actually like this, and then me, I'm like, thanks, oh that's. Thank you.
And then they go, oh my god, he doesn't like it. Like, because like
he's just not good at it. It's like my family just never terrible.
How's your Thanksgiving, Blue? Did your basement flood? Uh-oh. Azul?
Blue, get out and Walker.
Oh, he's muted right now.
Yeah, oh my god, I was literally talking and I hate it here.
Oh, you were talking.
It's because I muted myself because of the
the car alarm. Oh, so you were like contributing to like the story.
Yeah, we weren't ignoring you, I promise.
I was trying to contribute. I was like, wow, that's great. Dude, whatever. Look, point is, okay, listen. So point is, I had a really good Thanksgiving. It was nice and chill. This year, like my mom was just like, I can't be asked. Like I'm buying a whole dinner. Like you guys can eat it. Like it's not cheap. Here you go. And I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Like at first I was like, eh, but then I was like, you know what? Nope. You know what? This shit bangs.
Yeah, it's good.
This shit bangs. This pre-made stuff. That's probably what I'm gonna do when I get older. Like I'm not cooking shit. I
feel like COVID has just like manifested that kind of process faster with a lot of people. Like I cannot be asked to cook.
I can't be bothered
for
anymore.
20 people.
She's like, yeah, like I've been cooking like the past 20 years for you guys. Like you can do 1 year with like a pre-bought, and it banged. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, when I grew up, I'm definitely doing. Just buying from like my local barbecue place, just a Thanksgiving spread.
I mean,
make Boomy a little plate.
Does he eat human food?
Boomy had some turkey.
Okay,
he's a cannibal.
I didn't want to give him any ham. It was honeyed ham, and that would upset Boomy's little stomach.
Do your dogs eat human food every now and then, Mr. Fruit, or never?
They have never had anything except from dog food and dog treats.
Wow.
I'm going to keep it that way. And you know what? They don't beg. Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
The holiday season is here, and with it comes the yearly questions of what do I wear at the non-ugly sweater parties, and how do I maximize my time savoring holiday moments and minimizing the time shopping for gifts? Well, fear not. Mack Weldon has all the answers. Whether it's an office party, a party with family and friends, or just a holiday party for you, your couch, and a game on TV, Mack Weldon has all the essentials to keep you stylish and comfortable throughout the season. And their innovative daily wear system has taken the hard work out of outfit planning with pieces designed to work together for any occasion, saving you time and sparing you extra holiday stress. Like I said, these Ace sweatpants are just too nice. Like, they look good and feel even better. As something as a stickler when it comes to comfortable sweatpants, I was initially skeptical when I first heard the hype around Mack Weldon's Ace collection, but man was I proven wrong. Pairing super soft, high-performance fabric with unmatched style, these have become the pieces I live in, whether I'm hanging out at home or running errands around town. For 20% off your first order, visit mackweldon.com/GG and enter promo code GG. That's mackweldon.com/GG, promo code GG for 20% off. Mack Weldon, get it right this holiday season. By now, you've probably seen thousands of gift guides this holiday season. Gifts for moms, gifts for guys, gifts for your neighbor's cousin's dog. You can study all those gift guides and shop at 10 different places. Or you can start shopping at Raycon and get everyone what they will use. Raycon wireless earbuds. I've been using my pair for years now, and honestly, they just work as good as they did when they came out, and they never fall out while I'm working out on my Peloton. Raycons give you amazing audio quality wherever you go, whether you use them to pump up, wind down, to work, or work out. With their latest model, they get 3 new sound profiles to make sure everything you're listening to sounds its best with just the right amount of bass. The holiday seasons are coming up faster than you think. Now is the time to knock out that gift list and avoid the last-minute shipping scramble, especially because right now, our listeners will get 15% off site-wide with the code HOLIDAY at buyraycon.com/GG. Go to buyraycon.com/GG and use the code HOLIDAY today to get 15% off your entire Raycon order. Buyraycon.com/GG. Spread the coziness vibes to literally anyone in your life with MeUndies. They've got super soft gifts for everyone near and dear to your heart. And while you're at it, get yourself something too. You deserve all the comfy things. MeUndies sent me a pair of long boxer briefs with the fly called Yeti for the holidays. They're terrific and comfortable and, more importantly, in season. Get your festive on with the new MeUndies holiday collection featuring classic plaids you know and love and sweater-inspired prints that will become favorites. Their undies, loungewear, and sleepwear are made out of soft, breathable, stretchy fabrics that are ideal for sitting fireside with loved ones and chatting about life over a cup of hot cocoa. Get the family photo you've always dreamed of with matching PJ sets or making every day a spa day with the new plush robes and plush slippers. Whatever you decide, everyone will be rolling into the new year comfier than ever before. Available in sizes extra small through 4XL, MeUndies has a little something for everyone on your list. MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. Any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping right to your door. Your days of fighting for your life in the mall parking lot are over. To get 15% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/GG. That's MeUndies.com/GG.
I will say, you can definitely have a non-begging dog if you're disciplined with them, because Boomy doesn't beg me, but he will beg other people.
Yeah, that's like with my parents' pets almost all the time. Like, my mom would be like, "No, like you're not getting food." Walk over to my dad. Yep. My dad's like, "Here you go."
Yep. Yep.
Like, it's always the dads.
That I know. They always give in. But so that's like when people are over, they're like, "Can I?" I'm like, "No, please." Yeah, like no, as soon as you do it once, we're gonna have to do it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, jailbreak. Like.
So the only time they're like, they hope for us to drop something. Like sometimes Claire's cooking and they might get drops, but that's him. But I just like, if Olive and Appa maybe were like Boomy size, I might not care as much because like he wouldn't be as much of a bother. But like if Olive and Appa want to beg, then you're like, oh my, get off of me, please. It's and I couldn't even imagine like if I had like a lab or like an even bigger dog at that point, then I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill you. So that's the one thing we've been diligent about.
Yeah. Max eats like a little bit of human food every now and then, like some ham, some cheese.
They get vegetables like carrots. They're really good for dogs. So.
Oh man,
but that's about it. I like carrots. But that reminds me, like what Blue was saying though about like his mom not being bothered. That's the same thing. It's like the older I've gotten to, I realize it more. Like early, I'm like, Mom, like, are you making this? Are you making that? And now I'm like, okay, if I'm not willing to do it, if you don't want to, that's totally fine. Because like, that's like Ethan made the mashed potatoes, but they weren't the best. I'm like, hey, you made them. I didn't do anything.
Bro.
Yeah. Well, like, I can't say I did anything.
Like, I'm not gonna make you feel bad for trying.
Yeah, what did I do?
Even, like,
And if my mom's like, I don't want to cook, I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Unless I'm like, hey, I'll help, which I have tried the last 2 years. But
you took our approach and not our dad's approach of just buying something rather than going, you know what? I'm going to take this by the hands. Like, I'm going to do this by myself.
And I think that's part of it. It's like, I've never tried to like actually bake or like cook a turkey and stuff it or like do all that because my family never did that. So I don't even want to like.
Yeah, but like I'm not gonna eat, I love stuffing, but I'm not gonna eat the stuffing if it's like in the turkey. Like that's weird. Like that's just get it's called stuffing, but like you don't actually.
You're trying to get stuffed for Thanksgiving, bro.
It's weird.
Hey, come on now, bro. Well, I'm glad.
And now we're on to Christmas.
Whoop whoop. For the next couple months too. It don't stop after Christmas. Let's go. I still got to put my tree up.
Yeah, I was like, is that the little hall tree?
Well, that was Claire, as per usual. I just came out one day after working, and all the decorations are up. I'm like, oh, like our tree isn't up yet. And I think I told her I'll do that by the time she gets back. That was in the moment. I don't know what I wasn't in my right mind.
It's one of those like, babe, like I'll have it done like by the time you're back, and then it's like
I'm like driving home. Like,
she gets back like in 2 hours. Like you're like, I need to do this.
This is a little more. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll just do my office one.
So she's gonna come back and see the tree not done. You think that's the way to go?
Well, to be fair,
you think that's better?
I'm gonna manage and set whatever that's probably her expectation. I'm gonna be like, me, babe. Of course I didn't do it.
Of course I failed to meet your lowest of expectations.
Yeah. Like, come on. It's me. What are you talking about?
But I did level up to Onyx, babe. She's like, oh, okay. Like, that's good.
Speaking of Onyx, leveling up. Yeah, could we just tune down the skill base a little bit?
So you've actually been playing. So I kind of revealed this a little bit when we talked about it. The Halo progression system has like killed my want to play Halo at all. Like I saw it was like you can only get to level 7 when you grinded on that like for that armor, and then it turns out that's only one little piece of that armor, and then you have to buy the other armor. And then I went back and watched like old like vidocs of Halo Infinite, and they're like, you're gonna earn every piece of armor like in game.
That all belongs in the age like wine subreddit.
You want age like milk, dog.
Oh yeah,
aging like wine.
Right. Yeah, that's why I always.
That's why when he posted that, I was like,
yeah. But I was like, and then I posted, I was like, but why would that? Because like wine, it's like good when.
Yeah, ages like milk.
Yeah.
Milk ages poorly.
Yeah. Thank you.
I just really hate this progression system. I really hate that a lot of the armor is behind this paywall. Like, sure, like. I'm down for microtransactions. Like, I get it. They're not going away.
Well, and they made it free to play.
Yeah, so and it's a free to play game. So, like, I get you need to make your margin somewhere within the game, but don't make it to the point where you're excluding the people that want to unlock cool and exciting things that aren't necessarily behind a paywall.
Want to unlock anything.
Yeah, it's like anything.
Or like...
Except for over here, like...
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could, come on.
I wish I could make my Spartan red. Well, wait until it's in the store. $8. Best I can do. It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah, that has the one thing is the progression through the battle pass is getting a little bit better. They even did another pass at daily XP, and so now like the first match you complete, you get 300 XP. And the next one you get 200, and then like 200, 150, 100. So if you play like 6 matches a day, you're guaranteed a level in the battle pass, which is a lot better than play 6 matches for 300 XP. So they're getting there, but they also said it's still just interim fix until they can rehaul it, which they should have done anyway. But
and then I also have I haven't played the game in a little bit, and it's because you show me the stats, it's the controller to keyboard and mouse like statistics, and it's like if controller players in Onyx, this is their headshot accuracy, this is a keyboard and mouse player's headshot accuracy, and it's just like I know I'm like not that Onyx player anymore, so like for me like this disparity of like the controller players are here and I'm here, this like it sucks, and then it makes me feel like I'm just bitching just to be like, because then it's like the opposite. I'm like, oh, all the controller players have the advantage. Like now I sound like
it's funny because this is like the one game where we really complain about that, and all the people are like, dude, like quit whining, dude. Like you don't even. But it's like I'm willing to say this is the first time where controller has the edge over mouse and keyboard.
Edge is like not even like a word that defines it. It's like a cliff. Like it is like it's so like, much. Like,
so there's like nuances to it. First off, I think that's fine though. Halo has been a console game. Controllers should have like I'm not gonna say cater to the like mouse and keyboard should be the way to go. Mouse and keyboard can, and it's not terrible, but you know, like all the competitive players, like in all the tournaments right now, 99% of them are controller players because they just know. Granted, a lot of them are previous Halo players, so of course, controller makes sense. But like, I think that's why I'm sticking to mouse and keyboard because like I'm the same way. I looked at that and I was like, oh, that makes me sad. But then I also thought, okay, those days of me pretending I'm gonna become a pro are gone. I'm not even a semi-pro. Like I know where I am and what I am, and yeah, that disparity sucks. But what's it gonna matter? Like a couple ranks or something. Like for me, I'm not that guy anymore. I can't be that guy anymore. So I still do well. The one thing is like
that drive.
I know. The one thing is like if I had to, I would use mouse and keyboard in social games and big team battle. I want to use controller though in competitive because the only time, even knowing that it's a little bit better, the only time it feels better for me is BR fights or like straight up duels all the time, which usually don't happen in like social because you like power weapons. I do think mouse and keyboard has the edge with almost every power weapon because most of those are flicks or
I'm so bad with the sniper. That's where I'm also just like, maybe I'm really bad. Like,
that one's tough. But I think like no scoping with a sniper is way better on mouse and keyboard. Because like I'm bad on the mouse and keyboard, but I tried to go back to sniping on the controller, and I'm like, okay, well, I think maybe I'm just bad at sniping now.
Maybe I'm just a rifler.
Yeah, I'll just stick to. You want snipes? Oh, go ahead. Yeah, just you take.
I'll drop you the op.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. Here. But like. There's so many people that are like, quit whining, PC players. I'm not whining just because of it, and I'm also not saying they should change it. I'm just saying controller people need to realize you actually do have the edge in this game most of the time. Like Fallout Plays did a video trying to compare like aim assist on mouse and keyboard to controller, and so mouse and keyboard does get some bullet magnetism. We do. I didn't even realize. I'm like, okay. But controller gets the reticle stickiness, which is what we've seen, where like you don't even have to be moving and it'll follow them. That helps a bunch. And I do think, even though we get bullet magnetism, I think controller's still a little stronger bullet magnetism. But at the end of the day, it's oranges and apples. Controller will edge out, but like I'm at the point where like I don't even want to bother having to use controller because it's just more comfortable now for me to use mouse and keyboard. Yeah. So
I've also just accepted that like my stream and like our audience doesn't watch us because we're good at the game necessarily.
No, I had what was it? One of my Halo games videos the other day. Like that's the thing is I haven't even really played ranked. I barely played ranked, but I'm like Diamond 5. I played like 30 ranked games maybe, and every game I'm playing are with Onyx because it's just skill-based matchmaking. Even in like social, I can click like Diamond, Onyx, Diamond. Like it's not even. Oh, I got a bronze player. Oh, I got this. It's pretty sticky. So I'm up there. Yeah. And doing decent in my gameplay, getting killing sprees, killing perfections, overkills, all this kind of stuff. And then there's just comments like, I can't be bothered to watch this dude. He's trash. I'm like, man, if I could 1v1 this dude, and then just threw me back to the old days, like, I'm just not.
Yeah,
I'm just really not that guy anymore. Like,
yeah.
If you guys want,
maybe back in the day, you're like, you want to scrap up? Like, your next video is like, hey, maybe that's your next video. I 1v1 someone in my comment section, but you only upload it if you win. Like,
but otherwise, I never 1v1 them.
Turns out it was end to the neighbor. Like,
yeah, it turns out I was like, okay, I didn't realize you were so toxic, but yeah, fair play. But yeah, it's just that's part of it too. Is I'm not gonna lie, my favorite part is they brought back dead body physics. So especially in comp playlists, I will kill someone, and even if I don't I team shot them and they were gonna out BR me, I will go to their body, I will teabag them and beat their body repeatedly for all 10 seconds of their respawn, just because I know they're getting so upset. Like, there's been
poking the bear, man.
There's been so many things on the Reddit like, yo, can we ban this guy? He teabagged me, and it made me realize.
Why is he twerking on me?
It made me realize there are so many new players that don't realize that teabagging is like integral to Halo. Like, you don't understand the old days. Like,
it should have like
it was
its
a
own
rite
medal.
of passage.
That's how, like,
yeah, like teabagging and Halo are synonymous. If you get teabagged, you should take it as like
that's where I learned what teabagging was.
So like, I know if I get teabagged in a match and I kind of get riled up, I'm like, oh shoot, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna start doing it to everybody, and then I do, and then I'll even do like some power moves too. I'll sit there, bag, and beat their body down until they respawn, and then they'll like find me again, and I'll just keep beating their body down.
They're just sitting there like.
But they'll like come back to kill me, and I'll let them as I continue to teabag, just like a power move, you know. Yeah. And that's the fun stuff I missed by Halo. But yeah, as far as
was the Fiesta playlist fun?
Yeah, I'm just sad it's gone. They need. That.
I just don't like the maps. The maps too are pretty.
I actually like the maps. Except
I just feel like it's these kind of like
sand one.
That one is like my least favorite one. That map literally just promotes like shoot, hide.
It's
shoot like
it's like a weird in between of big team and it feels like it should be like a 6v6 or an 8v8 map. Maybe not 8v8, but like 6v6. It just, I don't know, it just teeters on the edge of like it's a little too big because there's no cover. That's part of it. Like aside from like the little center area, you have the man cannons that bring you out to the huge like desert, and there's even vehicles. So, like, they know.
Oh, see, I'm not talking about that map. I was talking about the other kind of, like, sandy one. The one where it's, like, you're in, like, a marketplace. And
streets?
Like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like streets.
No, I do not like streets.
I respect that. That one's definitely smaller. Yeah, that one's 4v4 is fine.
But that map, too, sucks. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I mean, for the most part, like, I don't know. I like the maps.
Like, then what map do you like other than the streets one? Like
I like streets. I really like aqueduct or aquari, whatever, like the greens. It's like I'm trying to think. It's like a white structure. It's super old school, symmetrical. You both spawn. It's usually capture the flag.
I know what one you're talking about. I do
top
like that
mid.
one.
Yeah, that one feels like quintessential.
Yeah,
like
that's the only one I like. Every other map I could leave and do. I wouldn't give a shit.
The other ones, live fire's grown on me. I think it's a little too small.
Is that one flag cap one? Like
no. Oh, I hate the one flag cap one.
Yeah, that one is terrible.
Just because it's like it's almost just only designed for one flag. It doesn't really work.
Yeah.
With anything else. Yeah, that one's weird. But live fire, streets. Aquarium, whatever the fudge that is. I like Reactor. I think that's the name of the other one. Which has like the sword or gravity hammer. You have to like jump to it in the little dam area. If you know that map I'm talking about.
I think that one's okay. Like,
I think that one's. I just don't like the Sam one.
You like streets.
I like streets. So I don't like the sand. I don't like that one flag. And that I do like Bazaar. I like Bazaar too.
Which one is that?
That's like the
one with the rockets in the middle with the stairs to the right. Okay.
Yeah, I like that one too.
That one's okay.
So, I like most of them.
I feel like there needs to be more like big team maps. What do you think about the big team maps?
I like them. Like that's the current problem with big team maps. Is I like them, but I would like new ones with different biomes. I think we talked about this. It's all rock trees, pretty much.
Yeah.
I just wish there was some more big team and more maps.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll get there. Yeah, and then that's one thing I'm upset about it. Like playlists. Give us playlists. Let us choose what we want to do and give us more game modes right now. Because like If this is all we're gonna have and the rest are rotating like Fiesta, that can't be it. Otherwise,
why? Like, why? Whose idea is that? Like,
well, the funny thing is, like Fiesta, that's how they did it back in Halo 3. Actually, if you remember, like
once we had action sack still, right?
Well, yeah, like, no. But like Infection would be like once or twice a month. Fiesta would be like every now and then. Although I think Fiesta was an action sack, so that was a little different. But they did do rotating game modes, but I hope that's not what they're trying to like go back to, because that was 14 years ago. How about we just... And also Halo 3 also had 12 other playlists.
Yeah, I was going to say it had Team Sniper. Well, and then like, remember, correct me if I'm wrong, if there was a Team Snipers ranked and then a Team Snipers casual, right?
I don't know about the casual. Wait.
I don't remember. I feel like there was at one point, right?
There might have been well, I'm trying to think. I don't know if there was a ranked snipers.
There was like a ranked snipers at like the end of Halo 3's life.
I think towards the end, but I'm thinking like what I remember is ranked Slayer, ranked free for all, ranked
Lone Wolf, duos,
Lone Wolves, duos, MLG.
But MLG didn't launch with Halo 3, I don't think. So we can technically I guess
SWAT,
take that off.
Pretty sure it was ranked SWAT.
Yeah.
And that's how I remember. But there might be. I don't know, let me see if I can look up a picture.
But that's why I just don't get why we can't just have a ranked Team Snipers, ranked all that, and then on the opposite side, casual Team Sniper. Like, you know what? Why is that so? Like, why is that such a brain buster? Does that not retain players? Like, you know, I don't have that kind of information. I don't think it would. I think it would help.
Well, some people, and I'm almost inclined to agree with them, is whoever's in charge of it it's part of this challenge thing. It's encouraging people to play more, which ironically just frustrates people, and I feel like it counterintuitive. But the idea is like, hey, we're going to give you an oddball match, and yeah, if you had a playlist, you could just queue up and for it complete it. But now we're going to make you search quick play and hope you find it. So then maybe you play an extra 4 games you weren't even planning on. And then you get it, maybe you don't complete it. So then you have to keep queuing. That's just...
Yeah. The only kind of way you can... Yeah.
But I wouldn't put it past them. Because like every AAA multiplayer studio literally has like a team that's designed...
Bungie.
Yeah, Bungie, everybody, to like gamer psychology. How do we get them to play our game the most? Spend money. How do we like... So
yeah,
it's not an accident that it released with these microtransactions, these playlists. I think they missed the mark a little bit, but like that's the problem too, though, is why I, for once in my life, am taking a stand on microtransactions, because usually I'm like, this is egregious. Bye. And I'm usually part of the problem. But like Halo, it's so much.
Have you bought anything on Halo?
Just the Battle Pass. And
okay. I did $50 on the first day.
I did that day one before I even played, and if I had known, I might not have even bought the Battle Pass. I might have waited.
I agree.
But so I'm like, I'm trying not to, and then I load up and I see like 2 people on my team have already bought the entire Battle Pass, and there's 1 on the other team, and I'm like, maybe it is working, and they don't even care.
You don't have to come for Dork like that, man.
Oh, I did. I called Dork out. I'm like, Dork, how much have you? What are you doing?
Too.
Yeah, I don't even. Has Bless played the game? I looked at him. He had like everything unlocked. I haven't seen him on it. I don't know. But like, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. It's just I know that I want to make it easier for other players as well. So I'm trying to do my part. Maybe it's useless.
Well, next week we'll be talking about the campaign to see if the campaign was able to. Because I plan on beating the campaign. Because it comes out. Does it come out Wednesday night or?
Probably Wednesday, just released. I don't know. Let me see.
Because I want to have it done by the time I do the podcast. Because we might have a Halo section, spoiler section kind of thing.
It comes out 11 a.m. our time Wednesday. I don't know. It might be a little too long for you to. Well, no. If that's Wednesday, I guess if you wait until Friday.
I assume I could beat Legendary in a 24-hour span.
See, I don't know if I'll do Legendary first. I guess it also depends on what unlocks there'll be. But I found a picture. I don't know when this was. but I feel like this is what I remember. You're right. There's Team Snipers, Team Doubles, Team Slayer, Lone Wolves, MLG, Team SWAT.
And then can you find the social? What's like what the social games are? Because like the social games,
dude, bring back multi-team, and I won't complain about anything. Just give me a multi-team playlist, dude. That was, if I'm not grinding MLG, I'm vibing out.
And like that can't be a hard thing to do, right? You just take a pool of maps, you put just game mode, multi-team,
2v2v2v2. Every map was made for 8 people. All right, like you could even add another team. I won't complain. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, because I want to say it was like multi-team, just like casual team slayer. Snipers. I don't know. I know Action Sack was on there.
Let me see if I can find. Oh, I totally forgot there was DLC playlists. Totally forgot about that.
Oh yeah, like if you had bought the Mythic one and you wanted to queue the Mythic maps only.
But yeah, like doubles, skirmish, Slayer, multi-team, Action Sack.
See, and now we just get unranked. Like you don't get any. See, like if you wanted to do, like say you had an oddball one, you go for Team Skirmish because those are all objective-based games. If you had a Slayer one, you would just do, let's do Team Slayer. Like
free for all. There's some other
ones. Instead, now it's stupid ass unranked, ranked. That's it. Like, are you kidding me? When did we go back in time? There obviously must be like a science to it, and
like what's so confusing too is if we look at like Master Chief Collection or even Halo 5, like especially Master Chief Collection, they literally have like, hey, here's what you can queue for. Select what you want. So you have like 10 options. You could be like, I only want Slayer, or I want Slayer. Blah blah blah. I want all of them. I just want these. Like, why can't we just do that too? I don't know. What do we know, Rob? Though
I'm just a gamer, dude. I don't know anything apparently. Blue, I want to talk to you about something real quick. You are 8 hours deep into Endwalker currently, correct?
Yeah, feels good, man.
What world are you in right now?
I am currently in Famfrit.
Okay, Famfrit.
I even stopped doing story stuff for you guys. That's how much I love you.
Oh, dang.
Thank you. We won't keep you too long.
We're allowing you to do the grindy side stuff, the kind of nitty-gritty stuff that no one else is doing,
You're welcome.
Are you having a good time?
I'm having the best time. Can you guys please stop playing bad games and start playing Final Fantasy 14?
You got Shark, dude. And you know what? Shark came to me. Shark comes to us and he goes, guys, like, I want to say something. And I was like, what? He goes, Blue's been spitting. He's not wrong about Final Fantasy.
He has not missed.
He's like, you guys need to play it.
It just treats me right, dude. And really, that's all I've been looking for. Just a game that would
Shark was telling me that you guys that he did a first raid with you, like it was your first time doing a raid. And yes. He was part of it as well.
We did Uwu, which is ultimate. There's only 3 ultimates in the game, and they are the 3 hardest fights in the game. Now I'm just a T clearer, I'm a PFT, I look for T statics. I have a raging.
Shark says you IGL. He says you're pretty good IGL
for the T weapons. Oh yeah, I am.
Go on, Blue.
I'm not going to pretend I'm not good, but there's always room for improvement.
Stay humble.
My IGL.
But we did Uwu with bunch of friends. We were like, yeah, we could manage an Uwu in like 2 weeks, and we did, and it was really good, and I was very peepo happy. That was my first time doing Uwu as well. I just never like got around to it because, again, I love T weapons, which is the level 80 ultimate right now. Well, is the level 80 ultimate still, and that's like the hardest ultimate, and I just love the weapons from there, so I'm just like, I'll just do T. But we did Uwu with Shark. That was my first time doing Uwu, and it was really fun.
Was the launch of Endwalker smooth, or was it pretty?
So at 3 a.m. it was like pretty rough.
Okay.
Just because there's so many people, but it has smoothed out.
I feel like that's kind of a common theme, though. Like that's gonna happen. Like I feel like everybody's expectations are like, if you don't expect that to happen, like you pretty much have unrealistic expectations. Especially now that Final Fantasy is what it is.
But yeah, it's been really smooth so far. I'm on a smaller server, so I've had just 0 issues really. Like
What server would that be? Just in case you have some new players that may want to run into.
We are on Famfrit on the Primal Data Center. Great server, nice and chill.
Famfrit.
On the bigger servers, like on Aether Data Center, I don't know how bad it is. I know some worlds were down for a little bit, but Aether's the most popular NA data center.
Is that Asmon's or no?
Aether is the Asmon and Rich and all of those, the WoW players data center. So.
Okay.
Well, clearly not, because you're not there.
You're gonna be
Well, I mean, it's theirs, not mine. But Primal's better.
You gonna be streaming any Endwalker?
So I'm not gonna do the MSQ because there's apparently been like a lot of people main story quest.
Oh.
Your dad. I don't want to get spoiled. You have failed your dad. Okay.
I don't want to get spoiled because there's so many people who just spoil shit for fun now. So I'm just gonna do, and nobody really watches the main story on the first couple days because they're doing it themselves.
Sure.
So like when I get to like leveling like Reaper and Sage and like doing the end game trials, like I'll probably gonna stream it hard. But for now, I'm just gonna get through the story, and then I'll do like all the fun end game stuff on stream.
So you've been up since 4 a.m. or 3 a.m.?
I've been up since 2 a.m.
There you go. That's my grinder.
Go on, King.
And your day is just starting, right? Like your day is technically just starting, right?
Well, I mean, I've been up about 10 hours now, so
yeah, just starting.
I'm probably going to sleep in like about another 10 hours.
That's about right. Go on.
It's been great.
Good. Is it now? It's not free, right? You gotta pay for this DLC, correct?
Yes, Endwalker is not free.
Okay, so it's not free through Heaven's Sword.
Well, it is, but after Heaven's Sword,
that's
as well. Yeah, you got Shadowbringers, Endwalker, the MSQ.
I'm glad you got Shark to join, dude. Maybe, hey, dude, who knows? Maybe in a year you'll have me going. Yeah, dude, I did my ultimate uwu last week, and it was sick.
Go on. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that's not gonna be me, but I'm just gonna manage expectations. I can't do it.
Is there anything else we want to touch on?
Well, there was some segue in there I was going to make, but it was early on. I was like, I can't segue yet. Speaking of games that treat you right, I think was what I was going to bounce off.
Battlefield.
No, that doesn't treat you right.
I've heard nothing but great things about Battlefield.
That's great. Didn't we?
Come on.
Well, I'm trying to think. Did I talk about? Was the Battlefield? You were there on 109, right, Blue? Yeah. I think I talked about Battlefield a little bit then.
I think so.
Yeah. It's an even worse dumpster fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, it's just still going downhill. But apparently they just hired Vince Zampella.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
He made Titanfall, some of the better Call of Duties.
So wait, DICE
Apex.
hired him?
Well, technically he's an EA, so I don't know if like hired or transferred or whatever. I guess he works for the same company. I don't know. But now he's like heading, and this is what's bizarre. They just pretty much announced that they're making a Battlefield universe, and there'll be multiple games coming. Yeah.
Why?
Like, is that supposed to excite us after what we just saw? Like,
you guys are getting even more Battlefield.
What? So the one good news is Vince has a good track record. So maybe is he enough?
He does have a pretty hot track record. I was.
Yeah, but
I don't know if he alone can pull out DICE, but he did pull out former Infinity Ward.
True.
And they Respawn. So
yeah, so we'll see
if he can do if
if
anyone can do it, it would be him.
Was that the segue you were gonna do?
No. We just.
I was like, wow.
Oh no. The segue was to Destiny.
Oh.
I will be making a return come the 30th anniversary, and probably posting more content, because So, for those unaware, my channel has been nosediving for the previous year. And I had a meeting with my YouTube rep a couple days ago or whatever. I just emailed him like, dude, I'm lost. Like, I've tried.
I sent him a picture. It was me, SOS on the roof.
I've tried everything for a year. And I'm like, I just can't figure it out. And so he doesn't have answers about algorithms and stuff because it's never that easy.
Yeah.
But he had a lot of analytics to show me and stuff. And like, the sad thing is, he showed me within the last 60 days, which, mind you, I have not posted a single Destiny video. My subscribers, 70% of them are searching and watching Destiny videos. And I haven't even posted one. Like, that's just what they're watching.
Yeah.
So it was that. Halo was up there, which is nice because I want to post more Halo.
Coming back.
And then, like,
lace them up, Blue, once a week. That's all we need.
And it was literally just like Destiny, different forms of Destiny. I'm like, I just get whatever, dude.
I will be telling you guys this. Ain't no shame in my game. When that Twitch bounty for 2 gifted subs comes back, you better believe you're going to catch Rabby V in the Destiny directory, leveling up, getting ready for Witch
Queen.
Got it. But yes. I'm going to title it Remember the Hawkmoon Guy. All right, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, hey, cash in on that while you can.
Pay it forward, you know.
Nostalgia.
Kind of thing. Yeah, that was funny. You know, get your emblem. I got mine from the Hawkmoon Guy.
I still have to live with this meme, so like, if you could just.
Yeah, I'll let you say anything for a Hawkmoon. $2. You give me 2 gifted subs, you could say fuck you, Rob. I don't care what you say to me. You give me 2 gifted. Just call me a Hawkmoon Guy forever. I don't care.
So yeah, that and well, I'll be posting more about it. Or maybe making a video later on. It'll probably start more towards the new year. Main channel's pretty much just gonna stay FPS games because that's just majority of.
Kind of one of those. Here, let me do what your intro's gonna look like. Ready? All right, and start.
Yeah.
This is gonna be hard.
Yeah. So you guys may have known.
So, but yeah, it's mainly gonna be first-person shooters, and then I'm probably gonna make another channel, because he was even talking about it, like him and other YouTube people within analytics and partnerships and stuff, for a while have been pretty hesitant to be like just make a new channel for it.
Yeah.
But they're like, nah, they were right. Like it seems like
the Mr. Beast theory.
Yeah, like
Mr.
it
Beast
seems
shorts,
like
Mr. Beast gaming, Mr. Beast. Yeah.
It seems like a lot of the time, the best option is to just start a new channel because, like, in this case, like that's the thing is like, well, first off, he's like, I don't know how to tell you this, dude, but like, you probably have another like 300,000 subs to lose from Among Us. I'm like, I already know, it's fine. He's like, you've been bleeding subs. I'm like, yep. I know that.
Don't gotta tell me that, man. Like,
yeah,
let's just move
and
on
he's
to
like,
the
so
worst.
I thought like, okay, well, like maybe you're down there, and I looked, and it's bad. I'm like, yep, I know, thanks, man.
You're like, just let me know, tell me the other least bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
so he's like, it's just going to be tough. It's like I've already accepted it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, the problem is like, it's kind of what I've always thought, like variety, and especially now how the algorithm pushes things. It's like people do better when they know what to expect, or they have a common theme, the dialogue's same. Your community is the same. So I even asked him, inquired about the Minecraft channels. I'm like, is it worth coming back and posting that? And he said no.
Oh.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to be honest, it's not a very fertile ground. Because I explained to him like what happened, leaving, coming back to 50% views and stuff. So we looked at analytics and he's like, yeah, that doesn't line up. And the fact that happened then, and if you were to come back now, he's like, I don't know if the answer is to make another Minecraft channel. But like posting on there is pretty much which is kind of what I assume, which is why I didn't do it. Yeah, maybe one day I'll make a new one. I enjoyed it. It's just the universe just had to poop on everything.
Hey, I can speak for a third of the dream team when I say you got my shield for 3 hours every Thursday again.
I've actually talked to Bryce. So
you have my shield for Destiny 2, Mr. Fruit.
Oh.
I'll be the one that complains.
We'll scrape that barrel, baby.
Dude, what timeline do you live in where Fruit and Rob are probably gonna be the positive ones, and I'm gonna be the one just shitting on Destiny the whole time?
Rob didn't say it's gonna be.
I didn't say anything about positive. Sponsored, maybe. No,
I might watch my words. But...
I may say, hey, wasn't Destiny one of the time we had a good time? Like, you know.
But so expect that. But then, on top of that, because again, I'm desperate and I'm throwing everything I can at the wall. Social media syndication. Check me out. TikTok, Mr. Fruit YT. Still my Twitter, Mr. Fruit YT. Going to be posting clips there. New YouTube channel, which
I did notice you posted a clip with captions.
Yeah,
and I was like,
we're starting.
My man.
Making a new clip/shorts YouTube channel. I already made it, but I have to post it so people actually know where to find it. And then Facebook, Mr. Fruit Gaming. You can find me there, and I'm posting not just clips there, but like different videos that apparently work for Facebook.
Why don't you stream for Facebook then?
I don't know. I mean, it's just something.
Have you talked to? Were you able to talk to YouTube Gaming about streaming there? Or did you know it was either you or Lugwid, and they were
they're like, your people didn't get back to us in time. And I'm like, that's strange because you didn't reach out to my people, but that's okay. Yeah. The thing too was like he was asking me, he's like, streaming's been pretty going well. Like, how's that and everything? Not once mentioned like, hey, you should stream over here. He's just like,
yeah, have
fun with that. I'm like, okay, it's fine.
Like, all right, like hint fine, taken.
That's
like,
fine.
Yeah, okay.
Hint received.
I get it. So yeah, lots to change coming along the way because as the world changes and adapts, so must I. And I can't keep doing what I've been doing for the past.
Hey, one thing's not changing though, and that's the Dream Team. We're back. You know, you say, hey, we're doing this for a Dream Team video. I'm there. Hey, Rob, I need you to make up a imaginary scoreboard for a Dream Team video. I got you. Like, I'll figure something out.
I'm on it.
I thought we could do the Dream Team Olympics to kind of jumpstart the, it's the Dream Team
like
Olympics.
Jason Statham in what's that, Crank?
It's like, I imagine it's like a really big car accident, and it's like, oh my god, this is really bad, and the paramedics are arriving. Dream Team Olympics. It's like, we need more, damn it. BlueWestlo.
We're almost there. What?
Old bleeps.
Oh. Censoring. Perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. We already got it.
All right. Well, Dream Team Olympics is coming. I'll figure something out. Where it'll be fun, interactive, and not scary to the point where it feels like everybody's picking teams and hates everybody. It's gonna be fun. Hey, times are different now.
Awards for everyone.
We're in 2022. Maybe we have how the Winter Olympics is coming. Maybe we have the Dream Team Winter Olympics. You know how we had the Summer Games last time? Okay. Now we got the Winter Games coming up. That's why we waited so long.
Yeah, that's what we've been waiting for.
That's what we were waiting for the Winter Games to come up. So maybe we figure out something that's more winter style. We have a lot more games at our disposal. FPSs for that channel. That's where we like the Dream Team Olympics next week is going to visit COD or so. I don't know, dude. I'll help you out. The defibrillator.
Yeah. Like he's I'm awake, man. Yeah. Like, please stop.
He's dead again.
Yeah, he's dead again.
Oh, damn it.
So yeah, just that, and be playing more Destiny. Lots more Halo to come, at least. And then I might have to make one of the new channels will be like Mr. Fruit Dream Team content.
Are you gonna do like what? Like specifically?
Well, like all the games we play that like aren't that, like the Pico Park and Crab Game and Golf.
So like, what are you gonna call that? Like indie Mr. Fruit or like variety fruit?
I don't know. I can't call it like Dream Team because that's just not.
Yeah, that's just like
not original. Like, we chose I chose a terrible name. So unless we rebrand.
Well, it's just because of a joke I made about like the original
and then just
Dream.
Stuck.
Yeah.
God, why can we come up with something better?
Sorry that I'm just a funny ass guy.
Sorry, the best I can do is super funny. So,
all right, we're gonna move on to Patreon questions, right?
Yep.
All right, we got a question here from Z Dog. Says,
what's
hey
up,
guys,
Z-Dog?
if you could fly, would you use it for everyday travel or only for emergencies and leisure? For example, if you had to drive to work, would you drive or fly? And if you fly, what would you tell people when they ask where your car is, or if someone asks for a ride somewhere? That's a good question.
I'm going to tell you this: if I'm flying anywhere, someone's going to notice me. It's not being kept a secret.
Well, like you don't think you could keep it a secret?
In this. All it takes is one kid with a camera.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like someone's gonna say that's Photoshop. Like,
But
because like you don't want to get caught because the government is going to experiment on your ass. Like they are. I probably wouldn't ever fly. Maybe like if I was just chilling in my office, like while I was like typing or something, like more so a float than a fly. Does that work? If you can fly, can you float?
Good question. These are the questions we need to ask.
Like, because flying is you're moving forward. You know, you need to be moving somewhere to fly.
Like how it's so funny that like we have to associate that.
Well, how else are you flying? Like,
well, that's just it. Like, what would a human look like? We're not flapping, and like if we're just like it looks weird. So they needed like an action pose to like specifically in comics to like show that you're flying. So it's like, whoosh. It's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I would certainly do it if I can fly. I might as well fly. If I had a job I commute for, I'd do it for that too. Because like instead of like, I got a 45-minute commute, I'm like, I got 2 minutes.
But then you're gonna get there and your hair's gonna be all like,
yeah. You know? Wear a helmet, like wear like a biker suit, and then just be like, oh, I rode my bike. You know. It would get pretty cold though.
What do you think, Blue? What would you do?
I had the same idea as Fruit did, where it's like someone's probably gonna find me, so like I'd probably only use it like if I needed to.
Yeah.
See, I'm embracing this. Someone's gonna find us, so whatever. Enjoy what I can. Cool.
We got a question here from Sloths. It says, any advice for getting negative criticism?
Just don't look at the criticism.
Yeah. Just ignore it, forehead.
Well, I think
to be honest.
I mean, I understand that it is sometimes hard to take criticism, but understanding the difference between negative criticism and someone just being like mean and toxic, there is a difference. But sometimes like criticism is a good thing to receive because you just don't want a bunch of yes people around you. There's nothing more that pisses Rob off than a fucking yes man or somebody that just takes the path of least resistance and isn't open to like any kind of change or anything like that. So criticism is sometimes a necessary thing. So it's also important to understand how to take the criticism and understand that it's not necessarily a reflection on you, I would say, as a person.
Okay, one of my packages got here, and people have been stealing them. So you guys answer the next question, and I'll be right back.
You're good.
I would say it's a great question. I'm still bad at handling. That's just it. Not so much bad criticism. I guess unconstructive criticism is what I would.
I would say that.
Maybe they think they're doing it, but like it's not helping anybody.
Yeah.
There are certain times I've gotten to where I can like, I just know there's no point. Like those people who are like, dude, this guy sucks now. Like Halo. Like at this point, I'm like, whatever. Yeah, it's like trolls. But if someone were like a little more constructive in critiquing, like, oh, well, this and this,
like
and then,
a coaching perspective kind of thing.
Yeah, and then maybe like that's like saying some of those little insecurities I have in my head. I'm like, oh shoot, like they see it too. That can be tough. And in that case, you have to realize what part about it is tough for you to hear. And you just, I don't know. I'm still trying to learn myself, but yeah, you can't exactly ignore it. But you also have to understand, like, not all criticism you receive is going to be helpful, and all criticism you receive is going to be bad. So it's kind of up to you to sift through it. But the more you get, the easier it becomes.
Yeah. MA Enjoyer asks, do you guys listen to anything while in the shower?
No.
Yeah, I vary. Sometimes it's YouTube videos. Sometimes it's bangers. But yeah, today I listened to today's shower song was Never Cared by Polo G. Before I put it in, I smack a ass. It's a banger. Yeah, he comes out and just says that shit. Yeah, it's wild. He goes, before I put it in, I smack ass. I heard that. I was like, you really just said that? And then the beat starts going.
And then you just forget, like, okay.
I mean, yeah. Oh, no, he goes. It goes deeper. But yeah, it smacks. You don't listen to anything in the shower.
I listen to the pitter-patter of the water hitting the...
That's good, though. Like, Joey, like, the other day in the DMs... I was like, yo, Joe, you joining up? He's like, yeah, I'm in the shower right now, joining up in 10 minutes. And I was like, you literally can't put the phone down while you're in the shower? And I go, Zoomers are built different. Like making a joke out of it. He's like, no, it's actually like a really big problem.
Yeah, he's like, no, you're right. Like I'm really struggling with it, which is so funny because for me it's like the exact opposite. Like that's why everyone has problems. Like I just forget to look, use my phone, message back.
I wish really I had that problem.
It's not. It's more just because I'm forgetful. It's not like I'm strong enough. I don't need a phone. I'm disconnected. That's not really it. I'm just forgetful.
Okie Roki asks, how much money have you all invested into Apex Legends?
I think like $60.
I
think I bought how much is 50 packs? Like $49.99 or something like that.
I have no idea.
I would say maybe $100. I'd say at most $100.
And probably like 600, probably since it released.
Yeah, I'd say probably. And I don't have.
It's almost been like 3 years, hasn't it? Oh my god.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Jesus. Lord have mercy. But yeah, I think I want to say somewhere like 5. Like I spent a lot more. Like most of that's front loaded when I played Apex. Whereas like past seasons, I log in whatever coins I have left. I'm like, oh, I'll buy this Ash skin because I already have the coins, but I haven't really bought anything myself.
Sir Harmonic asks, how do y'all deal with burnout? The ADHD has been doing bad things to me lately. A lot of therapy has shown me that burnout for us and like as being like content creators, like feeling the feeling of burnout is like a natural feeling. And like normally like I would be like very scared of that feeling, like, oh my God, I'm gonna like quit my job. That's a very normal feeling, like in any kind of like profession, is like the feeling of burning out and just kind of being in the same kind of stagnant place and all that kind of stuff. And that is when I try and do something different. I try and work on my stream a lot more. Or try and do the content merch thing. I swear the hoodies are coming. There's been a lot of shipping kind of issues. They're coming, I promise.
Put the strap on during sex,
Yeah, things like that. Getting pegged. There's just like there's different kind of things to kind of change out the burnout. And like I understand that once that kind of comes up, there's going to be a new feeling of burnout, and then that's just going to kind of. It's just kind of, I know I'm in this cycle and just I'm accepting it rather than being afraid from it and like running away from that kind of feeling and be like, no, I'm not burning out. Like, no, just sometimes you just go through your ups and downs, peaks and valleys. That's just kind of how it goes with every kind of profession.
Yep. I burned out started like 2 years ago, and that's just been on and off. Just can't always go how like I look at Joey right now. I'm like, man, that was me 6 years ago. He's got that drive again. It's like, man, it's almost inspiring me. Almost. I'm never gonna be back. Like, I'm never gonna be back to like Prime Mr. Fruit, like 22, like in it all the time, always churning, doing, thinking.
I think any video with a Mr. Fruit is a Prime Fruit video.
No, thanks, man.
That's just me.
But like I finally had to submit, and for the past almost year, I've had editors just because Like, I'm not kidding. If I did not hire those editors, you guys would be lucky to get like a video a week. Like I can't even get myself to edit a video. I just so burnt out. I think it's the same thing. Like every time I burnt out, it was like I started taking January's, like I stopped double uploading. And then after that, it was like, okay, I'll take like a little vacation here, or I'll get editors, or I'll change up videos too. So like, it's less monotonous. I'm doing different things, blah, blah. So I think that's just part of it. Is always, it's some of the times too, it's you're burnt out on doing the exact same thing, not necessarily like the thing as a whole. So just finding a new way to approach it or look at it or get involved with it.
Agreed. Mark asks, now that Thanksgiving is over, do you guys have set up trees in your house? If you do, are they real or fake? Ours is fake. We normally got real trees. But it's just the maintenance, the things fall off. Like, it's just like a pain in the ass. And like, all you're getting a real tree for is to go like, when people ask, like,
it's real.
Yeah, it's real. And then like, it's like
Yeah,
it's real.
I feel like a real Christmas tree like only serves that purpose of being like, yeah, I have like a real Christmas tree. Like
it's a fire hazard.
Yeah. Hey, we have it right by our stove. So ours is fake, but like it's a flocked flake or flaked. It's a flocked fake tree. So it has like the fake snow on it. So it's like white.
Oh, that's
kinda.
cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. We like it. And then it has the tree. It has the lights already installed in it.
It's the only way I'll do it.
Like, yeah, it's just like.
It's like when it comes to that, because when I was younger, we had a 12-foot Christmas tree once. We had that for like 3 or 4 years or something, because we had to get our money's worth out of it, and no one wanted to put it up. We're like, well, we gotta, and just doing that, it was fake, but setting that up and then stringing and then
oh yeah,
like
do you have the end like
yeah, my dad's like on the top of the ladder,
and then you're all done like the lights do look a little off, like let's like.
Yeah. So now I'm like, ooh, I like colorful lights. That's when I put my eyes like, ooh, it's like 4 feet tall. This is perfect. Boop, boop, click. I don't have to worry about thistles or whatever. I don't got to worry about it. It's there. It's done. It looks nice. It's festive. I feel comfy, cozy. That's all.
Do you have allergies with real trees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also part of it. Because we only ever had one, I think, when I was really young. And then the other tree that's not in my office is also fake. It's a little bit bigger, but pre-strung lights. The only thing we do is ornaments.
Blue, the question actually was pretty simple. Do you guys set up trees in your house? And if you do, are they real or fake?
I do set up trees. We have fake trees. Not really into that whole like
fake gang,
massive fucking tree.
Yeah, we were just kind of talking about that. That we feel like the only reason why people even get real trees is to be like, mine's real. Like,
well, I'm not even. Well, one, real tree, fuck that, and two, like big, even like a big fake tree is too much. Like, I'm just trying to get a nice, like in the corner, medium tree, has enough to fit some presents. You know,
it's there.
Maybe around the house, you know, put a little like more petite trees to make it festive.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, but like, you know, maybe like a couple like 2-foot trees, you know, 2-foot fake trees, those nice white ones, those are pog. But I'm not doing the whole like 10-foot, you know, fake tree. I'm good.
Got a question here from Upset Pedestrian. It says, "Hey guys, first time Patreon signer upper." I like that. I'm gonna call it that now. A Patreon signer upper. I started watching you guys in 2015 when YouTube turned into a coping mechanism after a rough breakup. So I appreciate you guys for the content. Question for Fruit. Your thoughts on CBD. Have you ever experimented? It helps me a bunch with anxiety when I feel like it could benefit you as well. This one isn't as much of a question for all three of you. Watch Gintama. 10 out of 10 most underrated shonen anime. Imagine if South Park community, Seinfeld, Japanese culture, and A1 world building had a baby. It's mostly comedy parody, but the drama will fuck you up. Okay, I love you. Bye.
I looked at that.
I've heard nothing but good things about Gintama or Gintama, whatever.
It sounds interesting.
I can give it a shot. As far as CBD, no, I haven't done anything yet.
I thought you were talking about give it a shot with the CBD. I was like, whoa.
Oh, like, well, for me too. Anxiety isn't my biggest issue. So for me, it's more like the depression side. So I haven't experimented with it yet. On a new med again though. So woo. One day
you
into
like that.
We'll see. This time Ritalin. So I'm pretending to take it, and I'm actually reselling it.
I actually know what Ritalin is from a South Park episode.
It's pretty much Addy.
Ritalin these nuts.
They put all the kids on Ritalin because all the kids say they have ADHD, so they could not do homework. So, because one of the kids doesn't have to do homework because he has ADHD, and one guy's like, "Wait, I have ADHD too," and they're like, "Yeah, I do too." And so they all just are on Ritalin by the end of the episode, and they're all just like, like.
Well, we're hoping it's like 2 or 3-fold help with mood and depression, my ADHD, and then I'm showing early signs of sleep apnea, which is Ritalin's also diagnosed for that. So we'll see if it works. Yesterday's first day I took it. I'll tell you, side effect is definitely increased heart rate. over here, like my heart beats so much, like shaking.
So we got a question here from Kenneth. Says, "Hey Rob, I just saw Neck Deep last night, and they were fucking spectacular. And I was wondering if you saw them yet. If so, how was it? If you not, how fucking hyped are you?" Okay, so Neck Deep came like 5 days ago. I did not go. And can I tell you, I think I talked about it a little bit. That I said, like, I have this weird anxiety of like close, intimate concerts that, like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm there and they know I'm there, so I'm like, I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm that way. Specifically, only with like small venue concerts, because like I love Neck Deep, dude. I wanted to go. I wanted to get VIP tickets, but they were like, "There's this early Q&A thing." Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, like, and then like, also just like the process of going to a concert, man. I just cannot be asked. Like it. If I have the choice of just staying home for a night or going out and driving all the way to Denver for 2 hours, 9 times out of 10, I will choose the comfort of my own home, specifically just because I'm lazy. Like, and it literally just comes down to that. So no, I did not see them because I'm lazy. And a little bit, like, I didn't get the VIP one specifically because I was like, I cannot ask them a question or meet them. That'd be crazy. Farnelli asks, how is the vegetable training arc going, Rob? Yeah, we haven't talked about that recently. I have had asparagus and I liked it. It was okay.
Throughout all this time, you had like one asparagus.
Yeah, it was one asparagus and it was like kind of crunchy. It tastes like a French fry, kind of.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I like
I'll see you in 3 months when you eat one more piece of vegetable.
No, I'll have next podcast. I will have my review on Brussels sprouts. I promise. That's on Gian Jungkook.
All right.
Gian Jungkook.
Ryle World asks, congrats on the new house ownership, Rob. A question for you guys. You get $1 million, but once a month at random day for that month for 24 hours, you become the number one most wanted person in the FBI's wanted list. This lasts for 5 years, but every month you get $1 million and a bonus if you successfully elude the authorities. After the 24 hours, everything becomes normal. Would you take the money? You get 2 hours notice before it starts.
Yeah. Kind of sounds fun.
No, I have like
as long as it's not most wanted, it's shoot on sight.
My nightmares involve me running from the police. Like, don't ask me why, but like I'm on the run from the cops. Like in 87% of my nightmares.
It thinking about it, I was like, that would increase my anxiety so much. It's not worth it. But then I thought, okay,
so anxiety, dude. Like
I can just turn it into a game because it's inconsequential. As long as my life is not at risk. Worst thing is they book me and 12 hours later, like, poof, I'm back at my home.
No money, though.
$1 million every month. Well, no, you do. It's just you get a bonus if you elude them. Right?
You get $1 million, but once a month at a random day for that month for 24 hours, you become. This lasts for 5 years, but every month you get $1 million and a bonus if you exist.
Yeah. See?
So you get to keep the money even after you get caught?
Yeah. It's just for every time you don't, you get a bonus.
Sure. If there's no jail involved, then yeah.
Well, I mean, you might go to jail temporarily, but after whatever that period of 24 hours is.
I'm not made for jail, dude. I'm not going. I ain't going.
I'll make some friends.
He's not made for jail. You think you're made for jail, Fruit, but you're not.
You also won't get booked. Like, well, I don't know how most wanted would go. Like a county jail, you would just go into their little cell holding first. Because, like, you don't get processed that fast.
I guess if I am a FBI's most wanted, though, you're gonna be like,
it'll be like solid. Yeah, maybe some interrogation. It'll be fun. Like, I don't know what you guys are trying to get out of me. I got nothing. Yeah.
Do you do it, Blue?
That's $60 million.
No, that's way too. No, well, yeah,
that's $60 million.
Yeah, $60 million to play hide and seek once a month. Sure,
I would do it. I would just
be like 2 hours ahead. Be like, all right, babe, see you in 24 hours. Take out the SIM card in your phone. Don't talk to anybody.
We got a question here from Classy. Self-proclaimed number one fan with almost 178K hours around 120 days listened to this year.
Oh,
yeah, you've been doubling up.
That's triple.
There's no fucking way we released that many hours.
You see, I guess we're a very acquired taste because.
Favorite Fast and Furious movie and or characters. See, we that's our demographic is the Fast and Furious kind of. That's why they want to know this.
What are you trying to say?
No, I'm just saying that like they love Fast and Furious and they love us, so they're just trying to see. My favorite Fast and Furious is the second one. When all the cars come out of that building and like it's the overshot and all the cars are coming out of that compound. That's one of the coolest shots ever in any movie.
I still think the first and second are good. That's when it was car racing. That was like, and now it's just action blockbuster.
Let me curl
14.
this helicopter back into the highway. Like,
those would be my favorite. He
literally catches a car, yo. Like,
I mean, the new ones, they're like they're stupid, mindless fun. I think like that's what they're going. Like they also know at this point they're ridiculous.
I guess I'd pick Dom just because his character's a meme at this point.
Family. Oh, did you see that? What was it like TikTok, whatever? Yeah. But there's family. There's like 20 person. It's like Vin Diesel training camp or whatever, and they're all just glasses, bald heads, wife beaters, and they're all just at the same time like family.
That's funny.
It was pretty funny. But yeah, I guess Paul Walker's character, because like the first two, he was the protagonist.
My favorite line that he did. Oh, go ahead, Blue.
No, I'm gonna be honest. The franchise just hadn't been the same without him. It just feels empty for me.
I feel like he grounded it.
So he's your 100%. Favorite, Slim Blue?
Yeah, 100%.
He delivers like one of the most funny lines ever. He's like, "I said, don't worry about it, cuh." Like when he's like, it's like the first or second one. It's so funny. The counselor asks, God, the counselor always has these. The counselor is the one that's like, what's the best thing you like about each other and the worst thing? And then like, if you guys could, he was the one, I think like it was like cut your fingers off or cut your toes or something like weird like that. Well, this one is just for the part. But he's a GG Easy legend, so we love you. Would you rather accidentally slice your finger open while cooking or unexpectedly get stung by a hornet on the foot? Dude, I swear to God, like the stream, I was doing those HelloFresh streams and I cut my finger. That is like the greatest stream I have ever pulled off from like the moment because I sliced that thing deep. Like that is to this day the greatest stream I've ever pulled off. And I know how hard and how bad that hurt. And I've never been stung by a hornet. And I'd probably still choose the thumb. I'm going to slice my finger.
I have an irrational fear of being stung. And I think I would still go hornet. Just because I'm thinking long term, it's going to suck. They're both going to suck. But recovery of a hornet's bite, nothing. Whereas like that, you're going to have to pad. You're going to have to disinfect. It's going to take a while. It's going to heal. You don't want to reopen, blah, 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 depending on the cut. Whereas I have this irrational fear. And like right now, I could tell you like, if I get stung, it's okay. Then put a bee right in front of me. And I'm not me. I'm like like. And the thing is, because it all stems back from when I was stung as a child. Since then, I have been stung, and every time I go, that wasn't that bad. And then next minute, I see another bee. So I know if I got stung in the foot, it would suck. But to be fair, they also said unexpectedly, so I wouldn't be panicking, and it would more so be like and then I'm good. So that's my go.
What are you choosing, Blue?
Yeah.
All right, slicing your finger or stung by a hornet?
No, I don't like either of those. Is why I said that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I think I don't like things being cut open. Like I've been told by my doctors, you have a really high pain tolerance, and I'm like, but I'm squeamish, so who gives a fuck? So
true.
So if things are like cut open, no, I can't do that. Even if it doesn't hurt that bad, I might pass out.
Yeah, because then we have to worry about passing out. Are there sharp corners around Blue at the time? You know, a lot of things.
Whereas I feel like I have been stung many times, and I've never been like, "Oh God, I got stung." It's more been like, "Hey, this kind of fucking sucks." Whereas if like something was cut open, I would be like, "Oh."
Yeah, I hate blood, man. Like,
caveat: if we're talking about that,
I'm not even. Blood doesn't even freak me out.
If we're talking about that Japanese like killer hornet, I'm cutting my hand every time though.
Yeah,
but if it's a normal hornet,
yeah,
I'll take the.
They specifically just said hornet, so
yeah, but see that makes me think they're being ambiguous. They'll be like, "Oh, you said hornet? Well, here you go." And then it's that Japanese like killer, and then I'm like, "Okay, cut me right now, both hands. I don't care."
Danny Carey 52 says KGA Hovey interview win. I talked to Hovey. We played Halo. Yeah. I was like, I like messaged him. I was like, he was in my chat, and I was like, he was like saying something. I was like, "You trying to play, dude? Like, what are you doing? Like, in my like,
get on them sticks, bro."
Yeah, he's nice.
He's got it.
Oko asks, "What do you want for Christmas this year?" Merry Endwalker to all the 14 players out there. Also to fill y'all in on server stability. I'm on an Aether and have had no issue since 1 a.m. PST. So very smooth.
I'll go first because I have to pee real quick.
Okay.
I was only paying attention.
What do you want for Christmas?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I'm a terrible person to shop for, and I feel bad because I don't know. Of course, like, what do you want? I don't know.
Steam gift cards is what Rob wants, and
so he can buy skins.
Yeah, I will take all the cases. Anything that showed that they spent time on it, or just thought of me when they did it.
Boo.
The person. I'm serious. That's what I want.
That's nice. We like that. Cases over here. What about you, Bill?
I'm so hard to shop for. Although this year I've become easy to shop for because I've been buying cards again. So like if you buy me cards,
if someone came with a Celebrations ETB Blue for you,
I would be like, "Yo, you are the greatest. I will literally suck your meat stick, dude."
Got one from here from Treyborn. Oh, we'll say this when Mr. Fruit's back. Shark Boy, what's your favorite kind of holiday Christmas cookie? I don't know. I like
probably
any kind
of
Snickerdoodle.
Oof.
Yeah, never mind Snickerdoodle. Halcyonic says, "What are some of Christmas traditions y'all's families do? My family buys a singing plush every year. We have 19 so far. That's cool." I don't know. My families don't have anything cute or fun like that.
Same.
My
just kind of like, I guess my tradition would be like just literally my whole family getting extremely drunk.
I remember Christians. Christians is like him and his brothers wake up every Christmas morning and watch, I think, like a Christmas Story or something like that. And then they open presents. I think that's what they do every year. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of another family, but I think that's what Christian does. I'll ask him when he comes back. Ricardio the Heart says, "Hey guys, since this year is wrapping up, what would be your guys' nominee of Game of the Year?"
Oh, mine's actually easy. It would probably be It Takes Two. That game was so good.
Let me see. Games 2021. Halo Infinite, Deathloop, Resident Evil, Far Cry, Back 4 Blood. Solar at Ratchet and Clank came out. I know Ratchet and Clank was definitely a lot of people's super fun game. Returnal. I know Mr. Fruit really likes that.
What?
This year's Game of the Year.
Deathloop for me right now.
And also, you said your family's Christmas tradition was you guys wake up every morning and watch some movie, right? Like that's what you did back in the
Disney.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers would wake up at like 3, 4 a.m. and catch A Christmas Story.
I'm such a good friend, dude. Yeah, so someone said Game of the Year, and I was reading some of these. Returnal came out, Mr. Fruit. That's not your Game of the Year?
I'd put Deathloop above it. Returnal was good, but Deathloop's above it.
Let me see the other ones that are on here.
Did you play Hitman 3 at all?
No, I just like a little bit. But
did you? Ratchet and Clank came out this year.
I haven't played that one. Okay. I need to get to that though.
It Takes Two. That was Blue's choice for.
That was my game.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Did you play it, Blue?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, who was your partner?
A very good friend of mine.
Oh, fun.
Okay. What are you talking about? We didn't play it. What are you talking about?
Biomutant came out this year. Outriders.
But I've heard some. Biomutant was kind of, and then Outriders. Apparently, it's pretty decent right now. But that's
Knockout City.
That was fun.
New Pokemon Snap.
I have not even booted that once. Still, I need to.
I bought it and I haven't even.
I know. I need to.
Either. So Deathloop is your game of the year.
Yeah. Banger.
My game of the year is, I guess it would be It Takes Two. I'm gonna agree with Blue on this because there's like really no other game I'm looking at that I was like that game was. I did like Pokemon Unite for a while and then Zapdos. So,
I still haven't changed it.
Oh, okay. We have a question from Treyborn. What's everyone's getaway board game? And do you have any board game suggestions for someone who's pretty much only played Monopoly, Sorry, Trouble, and Chess?
Wait, what do they mean getaway board game?
I have no idea. Getaway, like gateway.
Oh, gateway. Oh, that's a very different.
Oh, my bad. What's gateway?
So what he's saying essentially is I only play these very popular
like
normal board games. How do I get? Yeah,
how do you get into Christian's like circle of I trust his board game?
Ticket to Ride? Oh, gateway. That's a good question. I mean, it also kind of depends on.
Talisman is a great game. I love Talisman. Played it again last weekend. Super fun.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of also depends on what kind of board games you want to get into.
But I mean, he just said like Monopoly, Sorry.
What I know, but like
it could be like anything, really. Like,
yes.
I don't think they know. I don't think they know what they do or don't like. You know what I mean?
But it's like if someone's like, I want to do D&D, I'd be like, well, maybe start with Gloomhaven. Where there's probably even one easier than Gloomhaven.
Well, yeah, Talisman is definitely easier than Gloomhaven.
Yeah, but Talisman's not like D&D. I was saying like
it kind of is. You have strength and it is. What do you mean, genre wise? Like you don't. I mean, sure, you don't create your own character, but there's 30 different like heroes to choose from spell people to physical people. Like there's like different kind of. I say it's like the closest to D&D like there is, other than Gloomhaven.
I'm trying to really think.
I would say Talisman. Talisman is still my vote. It is kind of expensive though if you get all the expansions too, which I think the expansions are very necessary. And with Talisman, you need like at least 3 to 4 people.
I don't think hard is the game thing. I'm gonna look it up. This is one of those things that I can't pick because I feel like there's a right answer and I can't think of it, so then I have choice paralysis.
What do you think, Blue? Do you have a one you can think of?
Not really. I'll let Fruit answer first. Hold on. I can think about this.
I've never heard that.
I have like.
I have heard. This is on the list. I played it briefly at PAX South. But I have heard people. King of Tokyo. I have heard that one. A lot of people like that one. Pretty approachable, but a little nuance. I have one. What's it called? Tapestry, I think. Yeah, Tapestry. I guess that gets a little more nuance, but once you get through the reading, you realize it's not that complicated. But it has a whole bunch of mechanism of stuff that if you're like, ooh, I like that, there's going to be a whole bunch more even deeper you want to get into. Pandemic. I haven't played that one, but Dado will talk your head off about that one. You don't need to do the legacy one because that's more in depth. But regular Pandemic. Ticket to Ride is good. I don't know why is that gateway? No, just It's a bait, man. Like I don't know what to.
Oh, did you look up Gateway board games or something?
This one says Catan. I would agree.
Settlers, yeah. Blake loves Settlers.
That one feels like the more recognized but like you'll get some people you'll get some people who play like Monopoly and Catan. Like that's I feel like one of the more. So yeah, I think that would probably be a good one.
I don't really have board games that I love, but I have card games I love. So not really the same, but as far as like physical games, I actually do play Yu-Gi-Oh by myself, Sag.
Hey.
With my IRL deck, Sag.
You're talking to a dude who played himself in Pokemon for years, so.
Clay Cook asks, "You guys ever think of doing a Road to Onyx series with you three?" No, we just pretty much said
I'm almost there, so it doesn't really work.
Yeah. Goo Boy asks, "Howdy everyone, mac and cheese, yay or nay?" If yay,
yeah,
I love mac and cheese. I don't know where this like hate for mac and cheese came from.
Yeah,
people are hating on mac and cheese. What?
Well, somebody on Twitter was like, mac and cheese is like coming off the plate. Like, and like everyone was like, yeah, like if you have mac and cheese at my house, like get out.
They only ever eaten mac and cheese at school?
Garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I love
yeah,
mac
you guys
cheese.
probably made some mid mac and cheese.
Yeah. Like
do you guys prefer it gooey or more so baked?
Both. At the same time.
I prefer kind of both, but I don't like
soupy.
Well, I definitely don't like soupy, but I don't like too baked to where it's like burnt cheese. I know some people like that. I don't like that. Like I'll scrape off the hard.
Like if you're at a fancy restaurant and you get their mac and cheese and like the top of the cheese is like kind of crusted, kind of burnt.
I just take that off. Skim it
off. All right, we'll go fast.
Also, lobster mac and cheese, bruh, it never misses. If you can find some good lobster mac, oh man.
Goso Hada says, "Has there been a game you've been so hyped for, or is the game coming out that you're hyped for to buy the deluxe or collector's edition on game for release? For me, I'm also hyped for the next Legend of Zelda game. I would buy the most expensive version of it. I don't know. I'm not really a collector guy anymore. I think after I bought the Halo Reach collector, I said, I'm never fucking doing this again, and I never did.
I think mine was Destiny, the first one, because I think they gave me the second one. But like the last one I bought myself, I think was.
I actually did think I did get the Destiny 2 with the backpack.
I did get the Fallout 76 one. That was a mistake, but granted, it wasn't so much about the game. I wanted the helmet.
And it got recalled, no?
No, I got the helmet. I don't know.
Do you have the good helmet or like the bad helmet? Because like there was actually like a study that said there were like toxic fumes in there.
Oh, well, I haven't put it on. So I'll let you know after I do. If you don't hear back from me, it was the recalled one.
Did Endwalker have a collector's edition, Blue?
The digital collectors, and they had a collector's, but it's like an art book. But I don't really buy art books.
Yeah, when like the digital is like, hey, you get an art book or like a soundtrack. I'm like, yeah.
I will say, probably the last one I bought was D2's collector's edition.
Is there going to be any you guys buy in the future?
Ghost of Tsushima 2. Yep, I'll buy that one.
I was going to get Shadowkeep's collector's edition because I really love like I buy so many Destiny collector edition just because like their art and their merchandise team.
You stand. It's all right. Just say you stand.
We're not going to judge.
Fire.
Yeah. Oh my god! They have what kind of taste? Just kidding. I'm sorry.
It's fire, and the game might be mid, but they know what they're doing on the design and art front. So, the last one I was going to buy was Shadowkeep, but they sold out of that really quick, and I'm sad because I really like the artwork for that, and they had like these the charms. And anyways, the last one I bought was D2's. What a mistake. That's not true because the messenger bag is actually really nice.
Stedrin asks, any advice for new streamers, hardware, software, promoting yourself? Oh man, I am lucky and fortunate enough to be featured on Mr. Fruit's channel. Like that's literally what I tell everybody. I was very fortunate and lucky.
It's tough. Good luck. There's no real.
Yeah.
It's becoming more and more nepotism, just like Hollywood. It's all about who you know. That'll be quicker.
Yeah, just having fun with your friends. Like that's all it really started out for. Like,
well, I was reading. Like, well, we forgot to announce it. Ludwig got signed to YouTube from Twitch, but I was reading the thread talking about how like Twitch might just be banking on new and upcoming people, but when you look at it and all the big people, like some of the last people to really just come up from the bootstraps was like Forsen, Lyric. Like back, like even kind of early Hearthstone.
Because like anybody, it's like who you know. It's like somebody like.
But
one
now
of
it's like
friends
offline
like,
TV member. Mizkif pulled somebody, and that's just like Twitch or on YouTube. Somebody adds somebody to the group, or they boost their socials. Like
they're added to Dream SMP. You know, like
it's not impossible, but like that's just with how saturated it is and stuff. It's definitely easiest.
Fruity Rasengan, would you guys like to have more party games on Tabletop Simulator?
Yeah.
Mr. Fruit Board Games channel?
I don't know if I'm going to make that much board game content channel or content to
merit. Play a board game a week.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That would just go on the Dream Team channel. Like the Dream Team channel would just be the games we play as buds. That's not a first-person shooter. Pretty much.
Yeah.
So go.
And then last question here from Lil Risque. Oh, just says no question here. Stay positive, Fruit. Been watching your content since best Destiny beta. Also, PT plus facecam equals views.
Spitting.
Spitting.
It won't be enough views for what it'll do to me. Let me tell you. I don't think people realize just how much. It's not a mean. But that's when my anxiety stonks are through the roof.
Well. We are done with the podcast, episode 111. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for the stands.
Big 112
questions.
Next
week. 112 next week. I'm gonna see if I can do something special. If there's nothing special happens, don't blame me.
Don't say anything because then we're gonna set an expectation.
I'm gonna try and do something. So we'll see. Thank you guys for listening and watching.
Regardless, we'll see you then. Catch me on all my new social things: Facebook, Mr. Fruit Gaming; TikTok, Mr. Fruit YT; YouTube.
Go there. Don't go to any of us. Right? Go all of these.
I actually don't because it's a new channel. I don't think it really has a custom.
I'll
probably have a tweet
about it today too.
I'll probably have a tweet with a link or something.
Okay.
And find Blue and Inwalker, not Aether.
Yep.
Yeah. Bye, guys. See you later.
Was like I can turn the dialogue back on.
Have fun, Blue.
Love you, Blue.
Oh, you guys can do the intro without me?
Yeah.
You are free. You're
free. Yeah, like you can go, dude.
He's like, boom.
Yeah, you can go, dude.
You
probably just joined his. Oh, go.
No, just see next week. We'll get to the intro in a second.